So, we meet again. Very cool.
Hello, Botsumux fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight I am very excited to bring to you the Super 7 Ultimates Transformers Optimus Prime. Now, this is wave 1 of their Transformers Ultimates, and it's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to take a look at this thing. So, getting started, you can see it comes in a standard brown mailer like all Super 7 products. You have Transformers, and you have Optimus Prime, you have ages 14 plus, you have Super 7, nothing else on the box until you get to the back, and you have some credits for the box right here, and a barcode, but this is nothing, this is insignificant, because this is what we want to take a look at. This beautiful, beautiful red foiled packaging right here of the Autobot Leader himself, Optimus Prime. And that is just so cool. I love this box. You can see Optimus all decked out in red. You have Optimus Prime here, and you have Super 7 here. It may be kind of hard to see because if the light doesn't hit it just right, there you go, you're not really going to be able to see it, but this is awesome. Squares for the background. Coming onto the side of the box, you have Optimus Prime written right there. On the other side of the box, you have Autobots and an Autobot symbol there, so I can get some light on it. That is so cool. That is so cool. On the top of the box, you have Ultimates. On the bottom of the box, you have just some credits for the box and a barcode, just like normal. And on the back of the box, you have a huge Autobot symbol and this little red line going down the bottom. That is so cool. It says contents figure with accessories and Super 7. Wow. I love this packaging, but as you know, this again is just the slipcover, and the real meat of this product can be seen when we lift up the slipcover, and it's coming up. Oh, bum, 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 boom! There is Optimus Prime in the box, and he looks great. I love this presentation. You have his laser rifle there. You have a basketball. You have an alternate toy head. You have the man himself. You have the Matrix of Leadership, an Energon X. You have Spike and some alternate hands. You have Transformers. Optimus Prime again. We can see his name. On the side of the box, nothing. On this side of the box, nothing. The top of the box has Ultimates again, but it's now in red, and that is cool. And finally, on the back of the box, we have an awesome tech spec of Optimus Prime, of the classic stats that he's always had. And I will zoom in so we can take a look at that. Wow, as you can see, he ranks 10 in almost everything except for speed and skill. I mean, he's a 9 in skill, and he's like a 7 in speed because he's a huge semi-truck, and it's kind of takes him a minute to get up to speed. But wow, I love that. And that is so cool. That is the box. No one wants to see Optimus Prime in the box. I know I don't. So let's get him out and see how cool I know he will be. And here we have Optimus out of the box. And out of the box, he stands a little over 8 inches tall. And he comes with even more accessories than we saw in the package. That's right, there was another whole tray of accessories behind the first tray. And we'll take a look at those accessories in just a moment. But first off, I want to take a closer look at the Autobot Leader himself. And coming real close in on Optimus Prime, you can see that he is G1 to a T, and I love it. I've always been a sucker for the G1 Optimus Prime, and if you put him out in any way, I'm more than likely gonna pick him up and buy him. So anyway, taking a look, starting at his head, he does have his awesome blue helmet on. In the middle, you have this cool crest. It is done in gray, and you have some line work going through the center of it. That is pretty cool. The helmet itself is designed, comes up to a point here, and then he has his antenna with the circles, and then coming down to the front of the mouth plate. That is really neat. And then you come up to some very cool powder blue eyes. I do love powder blue eyes for my Optimus. And coming around to the back of the helmet, you even got the little 4 divots, which most Optimuses have. And you can see a little bit of his neck underneath there. Coming around this side, that is really cool. And that will bring us to the chest, and on the top of the chest he does have little cab lights. I wouldn't have minded if they were picked out in yellow or orange. I've seen it done in orange too, so that would be pretty neat. The arms, they're okay. They're not painted. They are just red plastic. You do have a nice cartoon Autobot symbol here and some blue hands. You do have these little details in his forearms, the 2 rectangles and the triangle. A lot of times those are painted yellow in a lot of the Masterpiece Transformers I've had, but yeah, it is what it is. The smokestacks, you have them on both sides right here and here. They're white. I think they could have been done a little bigger and maybe painted silver or gray. I think that would be nice. The chest, it's nice and blue for his truck mode. He does not transform, by the way. I don't think I've actually said that yet. This is just an action figure, so don't expect transformation because he doesn't transform. But anyway, nice blue for the chest, and then you have, going back to this like light gray on the bottom here, and then you have the mid section, which is going to be his abs, which is the grill of the truck, and it's done in kind of a whiter color like the smokestacks. And then some more red coming down. You have this little centerpiece right on his pelvis, and this is a rubber piece, and it does go all the way around. And it doesn't have any cuts in it, but it is bendable enough so you can move the legs up, and we'll discuss that in articulation. But let's zoom out a little bit more because it is getting tall. So you got some yellow here for some good belt type designs. I like that. You have the blue crotch piece, and that does go all the way to the back and up a little bit. That is cool. Legs are similar color to this mid pelvic section. That is neat. Got some designs in the upper legs here, coming down to the bottom of the legs, which is just blue, and I like that. You got some designs, a lot of line work here, and it is molded details, so that is neat. And then on the sides you have the gas tanks, which again, like the smokestacks, I wish they were done a little bigger and in better color. So that is neat. On the back, nothing that you wouldn't expect. You do get a little details in the legs, some little triangles here, rectangles, and then you get a little bit of design here in the back of him, so that is really neat. Okay, that is what Optimus looks like. Moving on. And for articulation, starting at the head can go around 360 degrees. You don't get much in the way of down, but it does look up just a little bit, just a hair, and you do get a lot of wiggly waggly from the sides if you want to get like confused prime looks and and actually that feels a little loose, so I don't know, it may be too wiggly wobbly for my taste, I think. But anyway, moving on, the shoulders, they can go up and down on a hinge on the inside, so that is pretty neat. They also do go around 360 degrees. They can come up, and the smokestack does not knock him in the head. That's always a plus. And go back down. He does have a bicep swivel all the way around 360 degrees, and then that comes down to a elbow bend. And well, I say elbow bend, it's not very prominent. In fact, let's see, it doesn't really give you much in the way of bend. I mean, that's maybe I'd say maybe an elbow slant because that's not anything that's really good. I thought maybe there was a joint. No, it's not. That's it. That's pretty much what you get. And It's not a lot, but I guess he doesn't need a lot. So anyway, moving on, he does have forearm rotation, 360 degrees right here, and he comes down to his fist, which is 360 degrees and hinged. So the closed fists both have hinges on them, and they can hinge in and out, up and down, however you would like to hinge your Optimus fist. All right, let's zoom out just a little bit. That's a little close. All right, that will bring us to the chest. Now, it may surprise all of you to learn that there is no chest articulation here. It does not open, so there is nowhere you can stick the matrix. So that is kind of annoying. But coming down to his midsection here, the grill, he does have somewhat of an ab crunch. So if we put this as the standard position here, you can move back just a hair, and then you can move forward just a hair. So there's not a lot there, but there is a little. And that will bring you to the waist articulation. Waist articulation is 360 degrees. So that is well and good. Now, when we come to the legs, again, you're going to have this little rubber piece, and it's not very flexible, but you do get a little bit of flex in there. I think I would have been more successful if they kind of like slid it and you had more movement that could go up or down, but they did not. So basically, when you try to move the leg forward, that's pretty much all you're getting. Not that great a range. Going to the back, you get maybe just a little more, but still not a lot. A lot of your movement is going to be out to the side, so that's good. And he does have a thigh articulation. It goes around 360 degrees, but you got to kind of clear it over here, so it can be done. And that brings us down to the knee bend, and the knee bend's not too bad. That's almost like a 90 degrees, so the knee bend is good. And that will bring us to the foot. There is no boot cut articulation or anything, and the foot is on a hinge here, and it can go up and it can go back down. That's pretty much it. If there was a rocker, which it could be because it does feel like there is, it is blocked by the casing of the foot. So if it was there, which again I think it feels like it's there, you just can't get to it, so that's kind of annoying. But anyway, that is going to be your articulation for Optimus Prime. Moving on. And full comparison, here he is with the PCS statuette that we reviewed, I think, last year. And here he is with this little Walmart exclusive $5 Optimus that doesn't transform, but he does have a little bit of articulation. And here he is with the Walmart exclusive Transformers Red Optimus Prime. And I like the height. I think of all of them, he will be my new favorite non-transforming Optimus Prime because he's a little more articulated than the statue. The statue Leader looks great. And, you know, I think he is, again, a little better looking than the Red series here. But anyway, that's what he looks like with some non-transforming Optimuses. Let's get some transforming Optimuses out here. And for Transformer Primes, here he is with the TE01 Transform Element, the MP44, the MP10, the Siege Anniversary Optimus Prime, and Earthrise Prime. And for the most part, I think he looks very good, very cartoony. And obviously, that's one of the benefits that you could have when you don't have a transforming Optimus. You don't have to worry about kibble, like hanging off the back and off the sides here with the Earthrise. The MPs do a pretty good job here in the back, but then again, they were like over $100 a pop. And this guy was $55, so he's getting there. Alright, and those are your comparisons with transforming Optimus Primes. Moving on. And taking a look at his accessories, the first thing I want to take a look at is this god-awful toy head. Now, actually, it is a really nicely done head. You have a good bit of silver for the crest here and some silver for the mouth plate, but he's looking out at you with these horrible yellow eyes. He has yellow eyes, so help me God, yellow eyes. And why in the world did they ever give him yellow eyes? That just makes no sense. Actually, it's probably the color eyes that Convoy in Japan had, but Convoy can have yellow eyes all he wants. This is Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime needs blue eyes. But anyway, I do like the silver metallic paint on this head sculpt as opposed to the one that we got with the cartoon head, and that's kind of a sad thing. But if we go around and look at it, you can see that the side of the helmet is not as defined as the cartoon head, and then on the back you just have plain, no designs here, no rivets or anything. So it's not a bad thing, I guess, and it's good for nostalgia if you want to have your Optimus look like Convoy or Creature with the yellow eyes, I guess. But anyway, that is your alternate head. Moving on. And the next accessories I want to take a look at are Prime's hands. Now, he comes equipped with 2 fisted hands, and he could use those to punch to his heart's desire, and that is really cool. But he also has alternate hands. Dun, dun, dun. And the first alternate hand he has is this right hand, and it is a weapon holding hand, and basically it is just done in blue, and you can see you could put a weapon right in there, and what you would put in there is this awesome Prime laser rifle. I love this thing. It is so iconically Optimus's laser rifle. Now, it is just plastic and it's black. There is no electronics. It doesn't light up. It doesn't make sound, but it is just one big bad piece of laser rifle goodness, and that is so cool. And that will bring us to his next hand, and the next hand is also a right hand, and it is basically just an open kind of grabby hand. If you're so inclined and you have Decepticons, you can reach out and grab them, or what you could do with this hand is, since it's open, you can place the Matrix of Leadership in there. And this is an okay Matrix. It looks very kind of cartoony. You got a little bit of gray for the bracket, and you see it's yellow and some blue on the inside. Both sides kind of look the same. I don't think they made much of a distinguishing difference of which side was front and which side was back. And since there is no chest cavity to put it in, the only thing the Optimus could really do is kind of hold it in this hand right here, and it works okay, I guess. So that is cool. Moving on to his next hand, Optimus has a pointer finger for his left hand, and you know, in case he wants to like point things out, like, oh, there's a Decepticon, or oh, you're good, oh, look at there, no, look at there, look here, look here, look there, look everywhere, or you could win if you dare. And that is pretty cool. And the last alternate hand he has is this normal sized hand that's kind of open, but it has this huge peg sticking out of it. And what you do with this is you attach a basketball, and this is really cool. You have a Transformer-sized basketball if, you know, Optimus wants to get together with the bots and play a little bit of one-on-one, and this was really cool. I think this was from the Master Builders episode where Hoist and Grapple went to join the Decepticons. Actually, they just wanted to build a tower. But anyway, so you have this peg here, this hole here, and you just connect the two like such, and then Optimus can, you know, hold the ball, catch the ball, dribble the ball. It looks all sorts of fun to have him do that. But anyway, that is gonna be your alternate hands. Moving on. And the next accessory we gotta take a look at is the Energon Axe. Why? Because we gotta. And this is one of those things that has to come with every Optimus Prime, even though we used it once, and that was it. But, you know, this is pretty nice. You can see it's kind of translucent here at the blade, but then it gets solid here in the middle, so that is pretty neat. Got a nice sharp tip here at the top, coming down to a nice round orange ball, and then it just has a peg here at the bottom so it can peg into Optimus' hand. You can be his right hand or his left hand, whichever hand you want. But if you put it in the right hand, you're not going to be able to do this cool axe and rifle wield. So that's how I'd recommend you pose this little X, but you can put it anywhere you want to because it's your toy and, well, you make the rules. All right, moving on. And the next accessory I want to take a look at is Optimus's rocket pack. Hey! Oh, okay. Sideswipe's rocket pack that Optimus always gets to use. And you can see it is done in a nice grayish plastic, and there's a lot of cool details in this thing, line work, and that comes down to some nice black rockets. You know, it is solid piece. There isn't even any holes for the rockets, but that is pretty cool, I suppose. And on the back, you don't have much. This is just where it will connect to Optimus. So let's zoom out, and I can show you how this works. So we'll take Optimus here. Hello, Optimus. Turn him around, and you'll see this little gap right here in his back, and you'll basically just slide the rocket pack on there. And it won't go all the way down, but it will go a majority of the way. So if you get to the point where it's just not going, you may not want to force it because it may be a bear to get out. But pretty much that's what it's going to look like. And then he could just zoom all around. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Woo-hoo. But anyway, so that is his rocket pack. I think I would have liked it better if it was maybe painted red because that's what color it was, but I'm happy enough that they gave it to us, I suppose. All right, moving on. And for our next accessory, Optimus does come with a surfboard, and it's pretty neat. He had this in, I think, the Ultimate Doom Part 3, and he was on the sea and a couple other Autobots, and they were surfing towards Decepticons, and it was cool. It's basically just a solid piece. You got little designs here and some, I don't know what these are called, but help you go through the water a little better. And then on the other side, you have just nothing. I did add some stickers, so if you're interested in finding these stickers, go to the dollar store. You can find a whole bunch of Transformer stickers. It was a little plain for my taste, so I added a couple Autobot symbols and some Optimus Prime stickers. And you do have 2 foot pegs here, and he can stand on it really nice, and he can hang 10 as it were. And that's gonna be his surfboard. Moving on. And the next accessory we come to are the Energon restraints. And basically this is just something that the Decepticons used to chain up the Autobots in the episode SOS Dinobots. And the Dinobots came and rescued the Autobots when they were all chained up in this. So it was pretty interesting and I like it. It's just rubbery. You got some nice color, some green and some yellow and some blues. Got some glitter in the construction of the rubber, so that is neat, and a little bit of sharp points. So yeah, it's okay. It's something that you can have and do if you want to reenact that scene from SOS Dinobots. But anyway, that is your Energon restraints. Moving on. And for the last accessory, yes, the last accessory, he comes with a little Spike figure. And it's okay, I guess. It's static, it doesn't move, it doesn't have any articulation. You see he has a nice yellow hard hat, some black hair, nice flesh tones for the face and the arms. The shirt, I think, is a little more mustardy color than I'd like. Nice blue pants and some yellow work boots, which is all well and good. And if we wanted to compare him with the MP10 Spike, you can see there is a bit of a size difference there. So yeah, that's interesting. And I even have the MPP10, which is the knockoff oversized version of Optimus MP10, and that is even bigger, so that's crazy in the size scale. So let's actually zoom out if we can and bring Optimus in so we can get an actual size comparison. So here's Optimus, and you can see, yeah, he's really small compared to Optimus, and I guess he's supposed to be, but I don't know if that is the actual size human would be. I mean, let's see how the MP10's like. Yeah, it's okay like that, but I wonder if the MPP10 Spike, Yeah, I think that would actually be a better scale to human Autobot ratio, but that is just my opinion, and he doesn't come with him, so this is what you're gonna get, and I'm happy to have it, I guess. I just hope I don't lose it. So he's such a wee little guy, and that is gonna be your Spike figure. Moving on. And this has been the Super 7 Ultimates Transformers Optimus Prime. Super 7's first attempt at giving us a Transformer product that doesn't actually transform, but is a cool representation of the character. It's okay. I was all set to bash this little guy for not having good paint apps and some other things, but as I look back at the G1 cartoon, I can see that, this is what Optimus looked like in the cartoon. He didn't have the paint apps on the forearms or the cab lights. Maybe in the movie he did, but in your normal episode, they were trying to save time and paint, so you're lucky if you got him in red. But anyway, for what it is, a representation of the character from the cartoon, I think it's pretty good. It looks like Optimus. He is painted well when they do add the paint. The accessories are phenomenal. You just got everything that they could throw in there. The only bad thing I could say about it is I wish it was more articulated in the arms, because you don't really get anything with these arms. You get maybe a slant. Okay, this is about the extended of the arm articulation right here, but everything else is good. The shoulders go all the way around. You got waist rotation. The legs, they could go up a little further if you cut some slits into the side piece here, and then maybe do something with the toe articulation to get it to rock. But other than that, it looks great, and it will be good on your shelf. Like I said when we reviewed it with the PCS piece, I did like it a little better than that, only because it was more articulated. But then I think the proportions of the PCS statue was a little better than this. Something about this seems out of proportion to me. I don't know if it's his waist and pelvis or if his head might be a little too big, but I don't know. Something's off. I can't quite place it, but for what it is, again, I think it's pretty good. And like I said, this is the first offering, and there will be more coming. I think they already got like 3 or 4 waves solicited, so I might pick up a few of those. I don't think I'll be picking up any more in this first wave, and we'll just have to see how the others turn out. And if you're looking to add this Optimus to your collection, you can find him online at various retailers, and he will range anywhere between $55 to $60 depending on where you pick him up. And he looks really good just standing around on your desk, I think. So anyway, guys, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, keep playing.
Another day, another adventure.